My name is Tatiana. One word to describe the attitude I had growing up would be fear, and particularly the fear of rejection. My parents didn't nurture me in ways that most parents did. My parents didn't go to my graduations. My dad didn't really say the words, "I love you," ever. I imagine kids playing in a playground, and in between breaks they go up to their dads, just get a hug, or you're watching me, I'm going on the slide, watch me do it to impress their father. And there's me, little Tatiana, with her dad, not watching, not knowing if it was my fault or not knowing what to do. It fostered fear. It led to low self-worth and no confidence. I didn't grow up knowing much about God. My mom was a non-practicing Catholic and my father was agnostic. So in the house, we didn't really talk about faith in any regard. In the summer of 2007, I was asked to be a camp counselor, and the kids had free time where the counselors didn't have to be watching them and they could just roam around free around the resort or near the beach. And so that's where I decided to go. I remember particularly that day, the waters were a bit choppy, but the lifeguard didn't put out a warning. And so I put my stuff down and I decided to just go into the water. I went up above my chest line, and I remember closing my eyes. Inside, I was just thinking about the chaos I felt in my soul, how things at home weren't okay with my parents. In the water, I just remember a wave came and took me off, and I don't know how to swim, so you can imagine the fear that I had in that moment of just being taken away and the lifeguards not watching and feeling paralyzed where I don't yell for help. And I thought I was going to die. Another wave came and pushed me further in, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make it out of the water. And a big part of me didn't want to. I saw myself just letting go. And that's when I felt Him, when there was nothing in me left. I felt God like He was the water, holding me tight, telling me that He loved me, that it was okay to not be in control. The final wave comes and I'm pushed back to where my feet can just be firmly planted, and I was just shaking and slowly walking back. And I didn't feel rejected. I felt beautiful, I felt known. The way that I viewed myself began to change. That girl in the water was fearfully and wonderfully made, and that is something I carry with me. It's ingrained and it cannot be removed by anyone. It's changed the way I interact with people. It's given me more compassion. There will be moments when you'll experience rejection, but I don't want you to be afraid. In my story, I see God as my protector, someone who truly has my back. It's like walking into a lunchroom and having that one friend who always shares their lunch with you when you forget yours, without any hesitation or expectancy of anything in return. Now, where do you need God to meet you the most? I want you to know that your story is important and it can help you connect with others. In my story, I was met by God in the ocean, and I learned that in Him, I was secure.